Hey guys, so I just wanted to kind of give you the backstory to where I'm coming from. I am starting carnivore. I've been carnivore for about a month now, but I kind of wanted to tell you the backstory of what led me here. So at my highest weight, I was almost 400 pounds. As I got older, I just gained more and more weight. I did all the things. I did Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem. I did marathon training at 300 pounds. I did crazy things. And then it was just yo-yo dieting. I would lose a little weight, gain it back plus 5 more. And it wasn't a question of motivation or the right diet. I just felt like I kept failing over and over and over again. And so finally, I became a nurse. I started researching nutrition because I was having the same issues my patients were having. And the doctors were overweight, the staff was overweight, the nurses, and we're all telling our patients the same thing. It's all calories in, calories out, exercise, just walk, and if it was that easy, we would all be doing it, and we weren't. Like, we kept failing over and over again. So I had access to a lot of research articles and things, a lot of things that are kind of like behind paywalls due to my job. And so I started researching. I was like, what is the best human diet? Is it paleo? Is it the Mediterranean diet? Like, what is it? And what I ended up finding out is like most of the diets were around about the same. Mediterranean had slightly better results, but also there's, with all research, there is high potential for bias. So also, if you're looking into research articles, look at who's funding them as well. If it's big pharma or big food or whatever, question it, because if you're getting paid to research something, it's very unlikely that you're going to come back with negative results for your boss. I think they did a study on how many times research articles or research studies actually came back against the people paying for them. And I think it was like slightly over 1%. Everything else either came out positive or came out like neutral. Oh, more research needs to be done. So just a little side note if you're looking into research, but I digress. So I didn't find, the magic bullet on what was the perfect human diet, but what I did find was fasting. There was this guy who fasted for I think it was like a year, and he lost a bunch of weight. All he did was take vitamins, and it was like medically supervised or whatever, and lost a ton of weight, which kind of led me into fasting, which led me to Dr. Jason Fung. And I read his book. I absolutely loved his book. And I finally felt like he explained it where I finally felt like it wasn't a character flaw that I was overweight. Like, I was working against my body, and my body was setting me up to fail, right? Because I try all the things, and then I think, like, if I just tried harder, if I just had more willpower, and these foods that we were eating are like cocaine, you're addicted to these things. And, for some people, it is harder to moderate than others. But anyway, fasting led me to keto. I really enjoyed keto. At the time, I was single. And so, I didn't have any sugar in my house. Everything was hunky-dory. I, counted all my carbs and everything. And I met my husband, who was not keto. and came from, you know, a household where they ate bread every day and they ate rice, and you know, I slipped off of it because I couldn't focus. I couldn't give it the time and the dedication, because I feel like with keto, you really do have to kind of plan your meals more. And so fast forward, I had lost, I think, 30 pounds on keto, ended up gaining it back, got married, got pregnant, had the baby, had some health problems with the pregnancy, blood pressure, pre-diabetes, ended up having to get hospitalized for a little bit after having the baby. Like, it was kind of crazy. So, after that, after I got discharged and I ended up having to have a C-section, it was a whole thing. We went from a natural birth center birth to, you know, C-section. So that was disappointing, but what can you do? But after I had my son, I decided, like, I can't wait anymore. All these diets I've been trying, I keep failing at. I need a solution because I'm going to die before my son graduates college, you know? So I went to a bariatric surgeon, and they recommended a duodenal switch, is where they give you a sleeve so they make your stomach smaller, and then they also shorten your intestines where you absorb less fat. The downside is you have to be on vitamins for the rest of your life because you have problems absorbing fat-soluble vitamins. But at that point, I'm like, let's do it. And they showed me the results of different bariatric surgeries. They said with duodenal switch, the results, the weight loss results are a lot more predictable because it is a little bit more, I guess, comprehensive, a little more difficult surgery. They do more to you than just shrinking your stomach. And if you do get a sleeve, you have the potential of kind of stretching your stomach back out again. And so the duodenal switch really worked for me. I lost 175 pounds, I think, within a year. And I felt amazing. And I just kind of plateaued at around 200 pounds. And I wasn't eating, you know, super clean or anything. I was just eating the standard American diet, and which wasn't a problem initially because I was losing weight so fast. But then I'm like, okay, gotta get my life together and get past this plateau. However, during this period of time where I'm losing all this weight, I'm starting to have, and even before the surgery, I had started to have symptoms but I didn't really think they were a big deal. So I started having like really bad eye watering where I can't even wear mascara or anything because I'm constantly like tearing up. It looks like I'm crying. I'm not. I had eczema, which flared up in nursing school, and I thought it was due to the stress of nursing school. But I had a lot of vaccines I had to get, which irritated my immune system and things. And so, you know, as we move forward, I'm having more skin issues. I would break out in hives. I started becoming sensitive to like cleaning products and things. And fast forward to after my surgery, I had started having like complete breakdowns in my skin where like my skin would peel off like a sunburn and be like bright red, moist underneath it. Sorry if that's a little gross. But like in between my breasts, any place where there was friction, so I'll leave that to your imagination, my skin was coming off. And then I had like itching, eczema really bad on like my ankles and my legs. And I noticed the itching increased with dairy. So I started eliminating dairy. I went to oat milk. And then I'm doing oatmeal baths to try to soothe this eczema. Well, that started flaring up my skin even worse, and I found out I'm actually allergic to oatmeal. So one thing after another kind of started happening with foods. Bread started really hurting my stomach. And so I realized something was going on. I was having some food intolerances. And so I decided, after having emergency surgery for bowel obstruction, that I was going to go on So I ended up having emergency surgery for a bowel obstruction. Come to find out, this is one of the complications that can happen with having a duodenal switch. You have a lining in your abdomen, and when you lose a rapid amount of weight, you lose fat from everywhere. So that lining, instead of being solid, became like Swiss cheese and had 2 holes in it, which my intestines poked through, severe pain, emergency surgery, all the things. They patched it up. They said the further I get away from my surgery date, the less likely that is to happen again. So it's been about 2 years since I had my original duodenal switch surgery. So hopefully I won't have that again. But needing to heal, needing to figure out where all these food allergies, food intolerances were coming from, I had found out about elimination diets and how you're less likely to be reactive from meats. And then basically you eliminate everything, and then after 30 days, you start adding in one thing at a time to see how you react. That led me to the carnivore diet, and all these people having wonderful results of not just weight loss, but of healing. And that's my thing. Like, I don't mind being a little overweight, because like when I look at where I came from, this is amazing. I don't care that I'm not a size 2. Who cares? I'm like, you know, I'm not going to blow away when there's a big gust of wind coming through, you know? And I'm already cold, guys. Side note, like, I don't know how you skinny people do it, because I am always cold now. I had so much insulation in the wintertime. Like, I didn't even have to wear a heavy jacket. Now I have to wear a jacket just in air conditioning. Like, what's with that? But anyway, so wanting to figure out all these food allergies and everything led me to carnivore and the carnivore community, how much healing that eating just meat could potentially give you. And then I'm also having anemia and vitamin deficiencies and things. So since meat is so nutrient dense, I'm like, well, maybe this will help with that too, because I'm supplementing, but I'm not really gaining traction. So that is kind of my backstory of meandering, weight loss, weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, duodenal switch. And I am now on the carnivore diet. I have been doing it for about a month. I'll record another video about my results so far on the carnivore diet. I don't want to bore you too much. Hopefully, if you're still here, yeah, you were besties. But I will see you in the next one. I bless you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.